Let us solve the following. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. A ball is selected at random from the bag. What is the probability that the ball selected is red or not red? Okay, right. So here is a bag containing 3 red balls and 5 black balls. A ball is picked up randomly. We need to find out the probability of the event. So what is the probability of drawing a red ball, and the probability of not drawing a red ball? Okay, right, this is the problem, we need to find it out, right? So to find the probability, we first need to determine the total number of outcomes here. So which is the total number of balls in the bag? So here total how many balls are there? We have 3 red balls, 5 black balls. So total number of balls will be 3 plus 5, that is equal to 8. Okay. So the total number of balls is nothing but the total possible outcomes. Okay. So the total possible outcomes will be 8. Right. Now we need to find out the probability of selecting a red ball. Right. So the number of favorable outcomes is the number of red balls only. Okay. So favorable outcome means we need to draw a red ball when we pick it up. Okay. So favorable outcomes will be total number of red balls only. Right. So favorable outcomes will be 3. And total possible outcomes are 8. 8, because total number of balls are 8 only there. So the probability of getting a red ball will be equal to number of favorable outcomes by number of possible outcomes. So favorable outcomes is 3, and possible outcomes, the number of possible outcomes is 8. So here the probability of getting a red ball will be 3 by 8, or when we simplify it, it becomes 0.375. Okay, right. Now we need to find the probability of selecting a ball that is not red. Okay, so a ball that is not red must be black. Yes or no? So here, because in that particular bag we have only red balls and black balls. Okay, that is why the probability of selecting a ball that is not red means we need to pick up the ball which is black in color. Yes or no? So how many favorable outcomes will be there? Obviously, it will be equal to the number of black balls. How many black balls are there for us? 5. So the total number of favorable outcomes here for this event will be 5. And of course the possible outcomes, the total possible outcomes will be 8 only, because total number of balls are 8. Okay, so here probability of not being red will be number of favorable outcomes by possible outcomes. Favorable outcomes means number of black balls, and possible outcomes means total number of balls. Okay, that means it becomes 5 by 8. It is nothing but 0.625. Okay, so here we have found out the probability of not picking up the red ball, and picking up the red ball also. So the probability of selecting a red ball will be 3 by 8, or the 0.375, or and the second one is probability of selecting not a red ball or a black ball will be 5 by 8, or 0.625. Okay, so after finding out the probability of selecting a red ball, we can find out, the probability of selecting a black ball by using a quick tip. What is that? So we can also find the probability of not red by subtracting the probability of red from 1. Okay, total should be equal to 1. So if we find out the a red ball, the probability of picking up a red ball, we can just simply subtract from 1 to find out the probability of selecting a black ball also. This is one of the simplest ways. Okay, that means 1 by 1 minus 3 by 8 will be equal to 5 by 8 also. In the same way, we can subtract, the probability of getting a black ball to get, from 1 to get the probability of getting a red ball even. Okay, so these are the simple ways to find out the probabilities of the given events. Okay, so here what is the final answer? So the probability of selecting a red ball from a bag of 8 balls containing 3 red balls and 5 black balls is 3 by 8. The probability of selecting a red ball is 3 by 8, and the probability of selecting not a red ball or the selecting a black ball will be equal to 5 by 8. Okay, right. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.